How are you all doing? Well, it's a day I would be proud of. Fox Mulder, wouldn't he be very happy that the information he fought so hard for in the X-Files has finally been revealed? And now, finally, a direct order from a president publicly saying, declassify all unidentified flying object topics, all extraterrestrial topics. And you say that's how it is, right? That's how the Einstein issue is, or that's how the Iran issue is, or that's how the issue is. I'm not sure which one, or if there will actually be a major declassification. You could already see it coming when we saw that Barack Obama got ahead of him. Does that mean Obama already knew? I mean, Obama got ahead a few days earlier. And he let it out. And he said, "You told me the other day you posted a racist insult about his wife and Barack, not Michelle and Barack." And he throws it back at Barack. Well, that's what I think, right? Suddenly he says, no, aliens exist and so on. And even though he says it with some caution, right? And well, the universe is big, so there must be some out there, right? But he hasn't seen them and so on. But he gets a little ahead of himself. And actually, Donald Trump reacted today and said, well, what Obama did is very wrong. Because he's declassifying information that he shouldn't. By saying it, you're the one declassifying the information. Because everyone saw it more as a joke, a comment, like a joke. But the fact that you, as president, say it, well, that is declassifying it because you're confirming it. So there is something there, but it goes further. And they publish this, which, well, I think it should be framed. It's the first time I want to frame a post by Donald Trump. It's the first time. And I think that, well, we're facing, I mean, regardless, it's good that it's here, well, that's good. We've told you that, yes, we have to be open about this topic. It doesn't seem right to me, no, with all the information that's been out there, with everything that's come up. But this isn't just now, it's been going on for years. So there should be a little more openness in everyone's mind and say, let's see what's happening, and let it be known that it's being investigated thoroughly. But now, paradoxically, the most anticipated moment, right? Which was for the president of a major power, especially the United States, to have declassified everything. Bring it all out, let it all be out there, right? And just like that, literally the unidentified flying object topic and the extraterrestrial topic, not just that they declassify all the information, the whole unidentified flying object subject, even using the word unidentified flying object S, not just the word UAPs, right? The Secretary of Defense himself also reacts and sends him an emoji, saying it's all a serious matter, it's a very serious issue. The response from Pete Hegseth. In fact, look at this post. Pete Hegseth replies to it. All with the full seriousness of the Secretary of Defense of the United States. Forgive me, Secretary Guerra. And he adds the emoji, yes sir, at your service, boss. No, as the good Cantinflas would say. Now, well, yes, despite all the strange things and everything that's happening, it still remains interesting. Because in one of those cases, there may be information that is very important on the subject. But that doesn't mean we're going to forget about the Epstein case or forget about everything that's happening in Iran. I mean, the war keeps moving forward and the potential for conflict is still there. So we're going to have a lot of information. When it's time to talk about Epstein, we talk about Epstein. When it's time to talk about the war, we talk about the war. And when it's time to talk about this, or if you have to talk about all three at the same time, then we talk about all three at the same time. Because, well, that's how it is sometimes. That's the topic. Today, the announcement is being made about the declassification of extraterrestrial and unidentified flying object files. Tras lo que... Well, Barack Obama said that aliens exist. The President of the United States said he will declassify government documents on extraterrestrial matters and unidentified aerial phenomena. Now, this announcement is being made through the social network True or True Social. We'll need to check the fine print when declassification occurs to see if it's truly broad. Of all the documents that Congress itself has already shown have been hidden, even the budget that has been used to investigate and do these kinds of things, which honestly I don't think is going to happen. But anyway, what do you think about that?
Well, the announcement, as the president says, was made on Truth Social. As always, it's done there, directly by him, any post that comes from there. The other day, Carl Levitt said it. It's directly from Donald Trump's own hand.
And this statement, for better or for worse?
For better or for worse. Maybe it's a video that shouldn't have come out, but anyway, the statement comes after Barack Obama said this on this podcast. Here, we showed you the video. And well, did he feel offended, right? Trump, when he was asked today on Air Force One at the presidential meeting about this comment from Barack Obama? Well, yes, he seemed quite annoyed and hinted that he couldn't give details about that the public shouldn't know about it. And well, he reaffirms the fact that these documents do exist, right? Even though Barack Obama was just there for everyone, he was just giving us his point of view. He seemed to reveal the fact that there really is information on that subject. Now he's making it public with this tweet.
He makes it public exactly. I mean, with this, well, not a tweet, but with this message, right? The President of the United States announced that the declassification is now officially ordered. Well, what he says is that he's going to order it, right? I mean, he's probably going to do those signatures he usually does. And well, now everything they know is going to be reported. I don't think even he, not even this Pete Hassel, will get the information. I mean, there are areas where I don't have access, right? And I can hardly imagine that anything else will happen, but at least, well, there's the statement, right? Now, well, I hope that if the President of the United States is already saying it, then the media that have been so closed off to this will at least investigate it. I mean, that they investigate the topic, not just say anything. I mean, just that they investigate thoroughly. Not just this, but that they investigate all the testimonies from journalists, pilots, and the images. Let's dive deeper into this, not just short-term, but long-term, since there are other topics as well. This isn't the only one. The president makes these statements, like you said, on the presidential plane. Basically, he gives this message. I don't know if we have the video. I think we do, yes.
Actually, it's dubbed, huh?
Yes.
Let's put it this way. I mean, it's a topic that's already happening about what's forbidden, not about what isn't talked about. Because 56% of Americans believe in extraterrestrial life.
Well, the last survey was more or less, about extraterrestrial life. That extraterrestrial life exists. It was much higher, and not intelligent life.
It's that 56% believe it has visited Earth.
Exactly, yes, but that extraterrestrial life exists. I think it's 90, 95, something like that. Everyone believes it exists, or most people can say that extraterrestrial life exists. Now, because some say, well, maybe there are little blue beings, maybe there are little things.
They're also life.
Which are also life.
They don't need to be intelligent.
Right? Or maybe cells are smarter than we are.
I don't want anyone to judge me.
Or maybe, they won't get mad at you. Well, the thing is that 2026 is turning out to be a historic year, at least on this topic, in a pretty interesting way. Now, I don't know if I can't see it, I don't see it in the G. Let's see. Maybe it's better. No, right? Because that's what's more interesting. And this way we don't have to do the dubbing. Look, it's this one. We're not going to listen to it.
You should have China and Russia. Have they been invited?
Yes, it drew a lot of attention.
You need both. You need all the perspectives without discrimination.
Something that caught a lot of attention. This week, Barack Obama said that aliens are real. Have you seen any evidence of non-human visitors on Earth? No.
Well, he doesn't have classified information. He's not supposed to have that,
Are there aliens?
No, I don't know if they're real. I can say he gave classified information, which he shouldn't do. He made a big mistake. He took a piece of unclassified information. No, I don't have an opinion about it. I never talk about it. A lot of people do. A lot of people believe it. Do you believe it, Peter?
The president can declassify any document he wants while he's in office. I make a bad announcement.
Maybe I can help him by revealing it.
We know that illegal immigrants are real?
Yes, illegal, just illegal. What else?
What are you doing based on what you were told? What do you think happened?
Well, there's the comment. Well, I think that's where he gets the idea that, well, we're going to declassify now.
You can declassify everything, right?
Do you have the power to do it or not? Or can't you? Or maybe you can't? That wasn't a good question from this journalist anyway. Still, that kind of stirred things up a bit, didn't it? The question I'm asking the community here isn't that, no, do you all really think this declassification is because of a genuine interest in the unidentified flying object topic? Or because he thinks the public should be informed about this topic? Did President Trump also react or have any response regarding the topic of royalty? So what the former Prince Andres or Andrew wouldn't have been arrested, that they've already released him. By the way...
Yes, well, we'll talk about that in a moment, but yes, today. They asked him about the topic of Andrew and his drinking buddy along with Epstein. And well, he said it was a very unfortunate matter for the royal house, for the royal family. And well, how sad, right, that this had to happen. I mean, it's not just the fact that he's involved with minors, but how sad that the police have taken this man who was with many young girls.
Instead of seeing that part, no, she doesn't want to judge him.
No, she's not going to judge him.
She's going to judge, she says. Poor family, royalty, the royalty that it affects.
It's bad for the royal family. Well, yes, it's so bad that his own brother is washing his hands of it, so the rest of the family doesn't get involved.
Exactly, Royal. And well, another statement that Donald Trump made today is the following. This is regarding how handsome the president of Paraguay is. He's handsome. He's handsome.
I know who the president is.
Let's listen to him. I think he's from Paraguay. Let's see. I think we've heard him before.
But he was very proud of it. President Pena from Paraguay is here. President, thank you very much, handsome boy. It's always nice to be young and handsome, but it doesn't mean we have to like you. I don't like handsome boys. Men. I like women.
That really made me laugh. I mean, like, he already knows. I mean, did he realize he got himself into a mess? I said, no, well, he's young and handsome. I mean, no, it's not that I like that he's young and handsome. No, that I like young and handsome guys. Who said I like them? And then, besides that, he says, well, I like women. And look, I was about to say young, obviously, and say I like women. Oh, what did I get myself into? Better? Yeah, better. I do like young and handsome guys. And let's leave it at that, maybe once and for all. Isn't it? It's tough. I mean, well, and he laughs. Because imagine if he came out right now in all of this and said, I like young and handsome women. I mean, obviously, so I like women. Yes. Vamos a ver. Your last name isn't Peña, I suppose, not me. But I don't know how we are. President of the president.
Curiosity?
President of no, there he is. Well, this is Santiago Peña. He's like the Peña Nieto of, I don't know.
Though it's not much, the man gets fired up.
Well, it's just that. Although the video would have been better with a beard, because you know she likes them, like guys with beards.
Yes, I love bartenders.
Moreno is a guerrilla fighter. He's a guerrilla fighter. Yes, they're better Arabs and they have better oil.
Much better?
That's good. Well, now it's really a matter of taste. In general. No? Well, whatever, but what?
No, I'm not going to argue about it.
The point is that he's Santiago Peña, just in case. No, not Santiago Peña Nieto, nothing like that. No, just Santiago Peña, that's all. Let's move on to other matters, also related to this topic. No, hey, there's nothing else. That's it. The matter is over.
The topic about the extraterrestrials, no, that was Trump's comment today. Obviously, we'll see if it's true or not, what he's going to publish, what he'll share with us. I mean, well, that's what he promised.
Obviously, that's the other part, which we'll discuss later. We've already talked about what's expected to be published, not the documents to be released, and that's it for me. For me, the most interesting, the juiciest part is whether he said it or not, or what's really interesting is what documents they have and what videos, and what else. Because there are already former pilots, former directors of military intelligence who have said some really heavy and shocking things about the alien topic. I mean, yeah, it's pretty intense. I mean, that's why it surprises me that, well, journalists in general tend to barely touch on the topic or not touch it at all. They just skip over it. There are even media outlets where there's not a single moment when they touch on that. You say, what are you waiting for? I mean, before, maybe yes or no, there was very little information. Okay, I could understand that, but right now you're talking, let's see, forget about the pilots. I say this with all due respect, obviously, because we're talking about people who are generals, directors. Come on. Even this David Grush himself, he was in charge of military intelligence. And that they're giving him this report or that he himself says it. There's information that I was able to see. He says he didn't see it directly, but it's really intense. We'll talk to you in a moment about what is expected or what is already starting to come out in the scene. let's say we're interested in the topic from a journalistic perspective, like George Knapp and all of them, who are journalists that have done very good investigations for a long time. What do you think will be declassified? We'll discuss it soon, but first let's cover some other topics before returning to this, which I find really crazy. Another topic that is really interesting and that obviously we can't forget about is what's happening in Iran. They keep raising their voices, they keep honoring those who have fallen, and before we continue and before we move on to something else, it's really important to send a big greeting to Aaron. Thank you very much, Aaron. How have you been? A well-known lady who attended Warner says so. Brown had warned this would be the last deception, Aaron says in The Implosion. Thanks for the greeting, Aaron. And well, it's deception, isn't it? That there is very realistic, very important information, well, that's a reality, right? Now that there might be some things that are deceptive, well, just like in every area, right? Just like in religion and in politics, there are many things that are deceptive. Not everything, of course not, but obviously, like with everything, it has to be investigated seriously. Regards, Aaron Bresica. How have you been? A big shout out to 67, to Jerez, to this Estefas 1306, just like in the United States, from Spain, very good. Well, what's happening in Iran, besides these increasingly widespread protests? About these preparations they're making regarding this military issue, what are we seeing here?
Because, well, here's what's happening today. Remember that right now there are tests, military exercises in the Strait of Hormuz, which is a really interesting topic. And what happened today is that during these exercises, an Iranian fighter jet had an accident during training. The Iranian press says that an Air Force aircraft crashed during a nighttime training exercise in the western province of Hamadan. And well, this caused a loss, resulting in the death of one of the two pilots on board and the Air Force aircraft. Well, it was obviously mishandled, and well, that's part of what happens with an F-4 Phantom.
An F-4 Phantom. Okay, well, that's the situation. They're here now, ready. The messages will start appearing on the screen from now on. We're not going to put them up, so let's move on to another topic. What else is happening in Iran?
Well, despite everything, you all, this morning Pepe showed you images of how they are literally outside the cemeteries of the Iranian Revolutionary Guard to prevent people from gathering. Well, because that's where they start to protest. Obviously, the anger from losing their loved ones makes people start protesting again. And well, despite this, the protests continue. There are still night protests and also at the memorials, which become massive. Right now, Pepe, I think you saw one, didn't you? Where you can see the people. It's a huge crowd that was at one of those memorials. For people who lost their lives from January 8th to 9th, from January 8th to 9th. And so these crowds formed, people shouting against the government, shouting without fear, death to the dictator, death to the regime. On a night filled with chants from people living under this regime, some shout from their windows, from the rooftops, no, it hasn't ended. I mean, it doesn't look like their spirit has been broken.
It's impressive, despite how risky it can be to protest and to be doing all of this. But obviously they want a change now, right? That catches my attention. What else is going on over there?
Also today, it's a topic that draws attention. Obviously, this was going to happen. Benjamin Netanyahu issued a warning that if Iran carries out an attack against Israel, any attack, the response will be something they can't imagine. He emphasized this. It's important to remember that Israel has also set conditions for how they want the United States to handle this peace agreement with Iran. Among these is the nuclear program, which the United States also wants to halt. And the issue of ballistic missiles, some of which did hit Israel during this 12-day war, and, well, Israel wasn't able to stop all of them. There were quite a few that were launched.
Yes, exactly. I mean, the system, the Iron Shield, and the other one, the Arrow 3, which is the system they actually used for the attack. Because it's exactly for ballistic missiles, since it's made to stop almost everything. In fact, they have an algorithm that's supposed to focus on shooting down those missiles that are going to harm the population or something that's important infrastructure. If they see that missile is going to land in an uninhabited area where supposedly there's no one, then they let it go. That's why sometimes you see that happening now. On that occasion, the system did get a bit overwhelmed and there were buildings that got damaged.
Yes, a university that was also completely destroyed, a very important university for medical studies and development, well, it was completely gone. It's called Wiseman, if I'm not mistaken. The university is Wiseman, or so they say. We are prepared for any attack scenario, and one thing is clear. If the Ayatollahs make a mistake and attack us, they will face a response they can't even imagine. The warning comes at a very tense moment. They're talking about this week. Are they also considering a longer time frame? In fact, today, Trump suggested that he would decide in 10 days whether to attack Iran or not. It's a topic that was published today in the Wall Street Journal about this issue, because yesterday the alarm started going off that it was most likely going to happen this weekend, and well, in the morning, we woke up to Poland telling its citizens who are in Iran, if there is anyone, to be careful. Of course, this was the time to leave, because after that, it wouldn't be possible to get out of there.
Well, that's the thing. The point is that it was outside of other strange topics and things like that. So what is happening in Iran? Could it be a long-term war or not? I mean, if it's a quick war, well, okay, the calculation was right. It was a quick war. But the fear here is that this could drag on for years, right? Like what happened with Afghanistan, which was 20 years of conflict. Well, let's take a look at a bit more of this.
Yes, Trono's comment is the following. We have to reach an agreement with Tehran or else bad things will happen, and we still have unfinished business with them. They can't have nuclear weapons. It's very simple. There can't be peace in the Middle East if they have nuclear weapons. We may have to take it a step further, or maybe not then. Well, he sets these 10 days, but well, he also set days with Russia, and you see, those days have been endless.
But he also did it with Venezuela, and suddenly it just happened. So let's move on to other important matters as well. By the way, before anything else, there's this image. If we can show it, this is what's happening.
Well, here we are seeing some impressive lines in Moscow to take public transportation. It has snowed so much that basically it's been impossible, or public transportation has stopped. They've received 70% of the snow they usually get in a month in just one day.
Well, it's really something. Greetings also to Rosa here. She says this man is quite a distraction. Greetings.
Really great, honestly, yes.
Yeah, that's a strength. Not really distracting. Greetings. How have you been? Hello, Blanca Barcelo says. Later on, don't be surprised if they start saying there was already contact with someone. There's a video, something, right? He's going to announce something, and if it doesn't work, then the coming of Christ. If it's not something, he'll come up with something else. The point is to come up with something. It's not about health. Hello, Blanca. How have you been? Rulos says they use directors to avoid facing important issues, says Rulos. How have you been? Greetings, and if you know, good evening. What's new? How have you been? Christy Kranz, good evening. Greetings also to Estefa. Greetings all the way to Spain. Very good.
I think it made you really angry, and we'll discuss it because you said he stole your spotlight. Because in the end, what he wanted was to bring up the topic and for everyone to stop talking about, I don't even know how many topics anymore, because there are several topics he has.
That's why I was waiting for him to be the one to do it. When they post these racist videos, what's this guy even doing? What's Obama's next message? Because it's going to be something subtle, very much his style. But he will respond to whatever he knows will bother him. And how spot on, right? With that topic. He knew this was coming. For some reason, he knew they were going to ask him. Come on, it's interesting, but let's move on to other matters. And it can't be such a distraction anymore. People already know how it goes. So then, what? Which one? Right now we're going to talk about the serious part, because there really is a serious side, which we also need to keep discussing and talking about. Let's not get distracted, paradoxically, by that so-called distraction, right? Let's not lose focus on the interesting topics in that area too, because there are also very serious and interesting issues when it comes to luxury and good-looking people. All of this needs to be analyzed in depth, but I'm sure he's not interested in that. Right now, there are congressmen who are pushing this situation, and we'll talk about it in a moment. This document, if this is a document made by the Congressmen of the United States, says, tonight, President Trump orders the full disclosure of handsome men and unidentified flying object files. In October. This Congresswoman named Nancy Mace, if she said in October, wrote to the Department of Defense, the CIA, the National Security Agency, the Director of Intelligence, demanding exactly that. So, this is the full letter that Representative Nancy Mace wrote, and she says, look, if you don't give the correct information, make it public, give the details, and give them. Show which departments have been hiding money and funds to do this kind of research, because it's known that this has happened. So, there's a very serious issue here now. She says, demand the truth because the truth belongs to the United people. But anyway, the whole document is there, and it's several pages with everything that was being requested, right? That's how it is. There's the signature of Nancy Mace, a member of the United States Congress, and she's not the only congresswoman doing this. There's also Ana Paulina Luna and other Congress members who have been requesting the disclosure of this information for decades. For decades, because it's known, pilots have seen it. Well, a lot of people have seen it, right? But just imagine what has been detected and captured for decades by radars, infrared cameras, and so on. In the Atlantic, in the Pacific, and all these kinds of things are known thanks to the data and thanks to the investigations done by, for example, Jorge Knapp, among other journalists and researchers worldwide. It's known that there's extraordinary information in all these cases, that there is data, that there are things that can be measured, nothing more, because anyone could just say something one day in the city. I was contacted and responded, but some will believe them, others won't, and it all depends on their word. But what can be measured are the images. Sometimes there are certain types of sounds that are heard in the sea and detected through radars or waves. No, they generate all those kinds of things, and it's good that they are objects. How is it possible that they move at a speed that simply physics can't explain? That kind of detail has made scientists like Avilov and others think, who have previously said, well, there is a phenomenon that needs to be investigated. But then a series of former military whistleblowers like David Roche came forward, who also held, let's say, important positions. They weren't just, well, a soldier, a pilot, but they had a level where they received a lot of information because of the position they held. And he himself has testified under oath before the United States Congress that military personnel have come to him, that they have approached him at certain bases, not in a specific place per se. There are descriptions of objects, non-human entities, biological entities, not human, and things like that. The documents are there, and so are the testimonies. If they really want to disclose that, then let them release the information. Let them ask David Grosh where, at which basis he was. Supposedly those biological entities or whatever they are. There are a lot of whistleblowers who have a golden opportunity to raise their hand and say, well, I saw this at such and such base, at such and such place. I saw this at such and such place. Well, that's the moment to shine. Let's say, no, if it's really true, and if the disclosure is real, you have to take advantage of the moment. And what the Republican Nancy Mace says is to take the president at his word. You already said it. Aren't you going to make it public? And in theory, the Congress members already have a section of documents that they haven't been able to reveal because the law doesn't allow them to. In theory, those documents should come to light along with videos, photos, images of all kinds, sounds, etc. I mean, there are some very interesting things coming if this is really what they want to do. And well, that's that, right? Well, yes. It's maybe also part of a distraction, very likely because he loves being able to distract however he can, right? Now he says the same thing. That's how I'm going to spread the word, and under the table, like it's happened before. He orders them, no, don't reveal anything, don't show anything, but I'm going to say here that they should reveal it. They can't do it easily. I mean, really, like they say, right? Don't believe it until you see it, until you really see it being revealed, and you say, there are millions of documents, right? Ah, perfect. If there are about 3 million documents still to be revealed about Einstein or more, then how many could there be? About the case of ufology?
Imagine it must be a lot, plus everything that's already been lost, because it's not. Isn't this a mystery that's been stolen, that many documents have been burned? At the time, for example, this MK Ultra, the person in charge of that project, well, he burned several things. Even though Congress had told him not to burn anything, he immediately went and burned everything he could. So in this matter, it's going to be the same? There won't be any difference?
No, there won't be much difference. What's going to be interesting is for those who like the topic, I'll keep following it, but without forgetting about the more day-to-day issues. Like the Iran issue, like the topic of Einstein and other matters, right? I think there's room for it, isn't there? If he thinks we're already distracted by this, I disagree, but we should keep following up. Something interesting might come up. Still, we shouldn't stop discussing the other topics, which is that the topic of the supposed objects that have containers is expected, and that based on that, they've been able to develop technologies. No, it's only known that the United States has it, Russia has it, and even China has it. And this has also been pretty well documented. There's a lot of information that talks about these devices or these objects, and thanks to those materials, we've been able to make a lot of progress in today's technologies. Entonces, this seems like science fiction, but it's something that has been documented for quite some time now, and there is a lot of data on the subject. Even though it's not officially recognized, in Russia they admitted to some things, while others slipped through. When the Union of Soviet Socialist Republics ended, when the Soviet Union collapsed, many official documents ended up in the hands of Western intelligence agencies, including the United States, because they would buy them too, saying, any intelligence you have, I'll pay well for it. That's what the countries did, buying all they could. Among them, there were documents related to all these cases. So this brings up an interesting topic. What's expected is disclosure, which is already happening. It's not new. Congress is already working on it. Since before Trump, before Biden, and before the other Trump. It's been a while. Remember that with Obama, with John Podesta, the Congressman John Podesta? At the time, he was very involved. He read a lot about disclosure, and well, that was already starting to happen a little bit, right?
Yes, you could already see an openness to the topic. For starters, it wasn't a joke to talk about it anymore because that's super important. And yes, starting with Obama, we see that this openness to the topic begins.
Well, the other matters too, because there's a huge discovery, also impressive. What's going on there?
Well, have they discovered something that, once again casts doubt? Not doubt, but let's say it shakes up a little the theory of where human beings come from, where they originate. Another being has just been discovered. That is not Homo sapiens. That is not Neanderthal. And it's over 300,000 years old. They discovered it in Greece. It's a human skull that's almost 300,000 years old. The international team of paleontologists managed to accurately date this fossil and confirmed that it belongs to a human branch different from the ones we know.
That's crazy. That's really incredible, man. But let's see. What else is known? How's the situation? The skull isn't new, right? No.
It's not new. They discovered it back in 1960. It belongs to an unknown human lineage. It's not sapiens. It's not Neanderthal. The exact age is 286,000 years old. They found it in a cave in northern Greece. And this fact, the age has recently been confirmed, so that's the news that's recent.
They managed to confirm that it's an enormous age, and so therefore it's another type of human. No, yes, this one, but ancient.
Even more ancient. And also, that's it. This research was published in the Journal of Human Evolution. And the fossil, known as Petrolona, one remained covered for millennia by a thick layer of calcite, which is a very common mineral formation in caves, which allowed. It helped preserve the skull in good condition because, well, look at it. It's in great shape for its age. Wow.
It's handsome. It's handsome.
I don't mean, no, not handsome. I mean that the skull is in very good condition. The calcite acted as a natural shield. I mean,
it was pure luck.
It was just luck.
Thanks to the chemistry of the environment, which protected it for so long. It's not like, oh wow, come on, invent a time machine already. I need to see what's back there, right? I mean, just imagine if it could take you back 400, 500,000 years or more. We'd be surprised and there would be things we never imagined, right? But anyway, what else?
What else? The study is led by Christopher Phalanges from the Human Paleontology Institute at the National Museum of Natural History in Paris. He chose to date the calcite instead of the bone, and by using a uranium series technique, they were able to determine that the mineral layer, that's all. The calcite is 286,000 years old with a margin of error of 9,000 years. So it means that the bone is a little bit older because, well, how long does it take for the calcite to form then? This figure places it in what is the Middle Pleistocene, a period where different species coexisted and evolved in Eurasia. And the result is considered conclusive by the authors of the study, meaning they have no doubts about the age of this skull.
It's incredible, incredible.
Now, who is it?
What's their name? Where do they vibe?
Well, some paleontologists have the theory that it's a mix. They call it Homo heidelbergensis, which is a population that that migrated between Africa and Europe. And well, it dates back to about 700,000 to 200,000 years ago, but they're not sure.
Since we're on the topic, let's discuss this discovery. This was sent to us by Daiso. We sent him a big greeting via Twitter. He sent it to us and I said, oh wow, I almost missed it. Another discovery, maybe not as impressive as the human one, but still very interesting. They discovered this in the Sahara, a new Spinosaurus. And with this, well, they also say they're going to rewrite, at least a little, the history of this type of species. The remains of this new species have been found in the Central Sahara. I was going to say Eastern, but no, Central. This is in a region called Yanyegui in Niger. And, well, it's also another really crazy discovery, right? Don't you think? The Spinosaurus would be classified as one of the largest dinosaurs that ever lived on Earth. Its gigantic remains had only been found so far in places near or close to the coast. But an international team of researchers had found a new species, which they have named Spinosaurus mirabilis. This was in a remote region of the Niger Desert, which also, interestingly, has some colors as well, the remains. The fossils aren't very interesting, but, well, it's also a very interesting discovery. Don't you think so? Let's say the behavior of this type of Spinosaurus, right? And, well, it's like a different Spinosaurus from the ones that had been seen before. That's why they say it's a new species, not in that sense, but, well, super crazy. The topic of today's scientific news isn't super crazy, but, well, let's move on to other matters, other important topics as well. Now, before we go, let's do one more, the last scientific one before we leave, just the last one, that's all. There's a very curious discovery, right? It's about the moon. And it's also surprising because they say the moon is apparently shrinking, right? Apparently not. What's going on? What's going on?
Well, according to what has been discovered, there are more than 1,000 new cracks detected, and this is from the satellites. Obviously, they say it's contracting and could cause dangerous earthquakes. Now, with the idea that Artemis is going, and that Artemis, I can't remember, which number is the one that's going to take people to the moon again? Well, this new study confirms that the moon is contracting and that its interior is cooling down. And in this process, well, scientists suspect that it's been happening since, well, they've suspected it since 2010, but now they've just confirmed it. And also with really worrying dimensions, According to researchers from the National Air and Space Museum, specifically the Center of Earth and Planetary Studies, they identified that there are more than 1,000 additional cracks on the lunar surface. And these new fractures were mainly detected by the so-called Maria Luna. Yes, dark planes visible from Earth, something that had already been documented, which is the previous magnitude. But anyway, the cracks have been named by, what surprises them is the name they give to the cracks. They're called small mare ridges, and they bring the total of these structures to more than 2,600. The question is, are there moonquakes? Yes, they're strong because of the number that are being generated. They increased a lot the last time they were detected now. And so it makes them wonder how safe it's going to be for astronauts to be on the moon. Because yes, humans have already been to the moon, but it was just for a short while.
The Artemis 2 mission was the key in this process. They are going to prepare the ground for the later manned moon landing. And what they want is exactly what you said. To try to understand the moon better, see which areas are safer, where there is more seismic activity. It's a more active movement than Earth in that sense. There are more movements faster, according to what they reported. This scientific study is published in the Planetary Science Journal. Well, let's move on to other matters. In the morning. Oh, we have the image here, but it's an image of the prison over there in Cuba, right? Apparently it's a riot? No. Because they say so. No.
Today we're announcing we have 2 or 3.
Yes, because they called several times saying there is no Latin American news. And me? We talk about everything, but maybe we shouldn't talk so much since we talk every day. On this occasion, you can see these images that have been circulating from a prison where, well, there is already talk of injured people and even of deaths. There is a riot in the maximum security prison in Cuba, according to reports from NGOs, who claim that there is some kind of internal conflict. In addition, there are also accusations of repression and obviously...
And well, besides that, given the current conditions in Cuba, their situation is even more intense. It is said that the police used rubber bullets, gas, pepper spray, and obviously physical force to contain what was happening in the prison, according to reports. This is also confirmed by organizations like Prisoners Defenders and the Cuban Prisoners Documentation Center. Why did the incident start? Because of complaints about hunger, curses, mistreatment, and a general discontent among Cubans and obviously also among the prisoners. It's important to remember that many of these prisoners are also people who participated in protests, and that was their crime, raising their voices. Well, an inmate said that there were different police reinforcements coming to the prison and that they were being used. Well, what I mentioned, the bullets, the gas, and so on. According to prison defenders, the prisoners had risen up to demand freedom for Cuba. In fact, I think in the video you can hear a prisoner saying, "This is what freedom for Cuba sounds like," and then they start shouting. They are quite upset with the situation. According to, by the way, CDPDC, which is based in Mexico, they said that many human rights violations have been documented in Cuban prisons.
Another topic also from Latin America is this individual.
He hasn't even been there for 24 hours.
He hasn't even been president of Peru for a full day yet. And well, what if he doesn't show up to testify for an alleged crime of unlawful appropriation? If he doesn't show up, he could be declared in contempt and his arrest could be requested. He hasn't even been there for 24 hours. Besides, with a series of really outrageous comments, the ones you're talking about, for those comments I should already be not just kicked out, I should be arrested, not just with that one, not even with two. I mean, honestly, all these statements are just crazy.
Well, yesterday we showed you the video. This is a video from 2023 where he said that it was fine. That it was fine for 14-year-old girls or boys to have relationships with their teachers. And well, today he said that it helped women to start at a very young age. It helped them then. Well, today he was given the opportunity, a nice journalist said. But I mean, you've kind of moved on from that topic, right? I mean, you've evolved, haven't you? That's not your way of thinking anymore, is it? No, I still have the same opinion. I mean, he doesn't regret his comment. He's still firm in that way of thinking.
Just imagine, but well, honestly, Peru is doing its thing. It's not surprising. A big shout out to all the Peruvians. So, Jose Maria Balcázar will have to go to trial or will have to appear for this alleged crime, because if not, well, that's contempt, right? Or declared in contempt of court, that would be the term, according to what they say. Also over there, according to what he says, Kuspirgiem or Kuspirgai or something like that, this is a group of journalists over there. I understand that in Ecuador, in South America, I believe they show images that are risky, right? Do you remember the situations happening now?
Yesterday we showed you part of Slavas, which took place in Chimborazo. Well, these other images of the same thing, yes, it was very, very, very intense, as they mentioned in the video. People are complaining. We told them this was going to happen, right? The usual thing, you see it happening over and over again, especially. I think we see it a lot in Latin America, don't we? There are problems with the infrastructure, and houses are built where they shouldn't be. And well, we see consequences that can end up being costly. It's even...
Well, yeah, I think it happens everywhere. I mean, yeah, just look at Japan. Every year, there are problems with landslides, and their houses also get swept away. I mean, yeah, maybe it happens more here, probably not. But now, even this, well, in this last 40, what did we say, 48, right? In Nihon, because of the snowfalls, and many times it's a landslide problem, but it's talking about snow, right? Well, yeah, it's pretty intense. The thing is that over there in Ecuador, they're already going. It's been like 2 or 3 days that they've been documenting or at least showing these images of it. It's called Chimborazo from those areas, right? Yes?
Chimborazo, yes.
Well, greetings over there. 67, Benedicto, how have you been? Jack Draper says, do you remember the Unaki movie that was cancelled? I don't remember the one that was cancelled. Which movie? Unaki? I don't remember, he says. Must be my relative. My last name is Espinosa, he says. Greetings, how are you?
I'm going to share the survey that's in the community so that those who haven't answered it yet can go ahead and answer it. Let me put which survey, because they get...
It's a survey, he says. It's about, according to what they've been reporting, following anti-numeric news, so that nothing happens to us quickly. That's all. The Venezuelan parliament is already unanimously approving the amnesty law promoted by Delcy Rodriguez. And this, well, it's a relief for the families of political prisoners. Hopefully, this legislation will truly make that law be enforced, right? This situation had already been mentioned by Delcy herself. It was supposed to be applied. Parliament is approving it unanimously, so let's hope it's soon. I think the missing ones are 600 political prisoners, not just 600.
We'll have to see if they didn't pull any tricks there. Not in this law, because, well, it was mentioned in the draft that was presented. Several NGOs said there were some strange things, that it wouldn't allow everyone to be released.
And that they should be released with all their rights, right? I mean, whatever they do after, but you can't talk, you can't say anything like, well, you got me out of jail, but are you keeping me locked up?
Oh.
I mean, yeah, it's good, it's intense, right? But, well, let's hope that, yes, soon they'll be free, right? To starting from there too, well.
They also protected themselves. It's a topic that wasn't just going to be left like that.
Yes, well, let's move on to other important matters. How have you been, Manuel Munoz? How are things going over there? Francisco Arce, greetings to everyone in Mexico City, and thanks for joining us. Also, hello to viewers in the center of the country, like Querétaro and Guanajuato. How is the situation in León after that huge explosion?
Very impressive.
Very intense. We already showed it this morning. What's up, Benedicto? How have you been? Greetings also to the whole community watching us, whether you're up late or up early, but you're watching us all the way from Spain. Thank you so much to Mario. Thank you so much for being here, and to the whole community watching us in the United States. Obviously also to those watching us from other parts of the country as well. He says, 3 several, it has several articles with tricks, but basically they criminalize the barrel, the door, they criminalize those who go out, he says. I mean, that's classic, right? Greetings, Jerez. Thanks for the info. Very good. And let's see if this weekend we can have a good live chat. Wouldn't that be great? Greetings, Jerez, he says. He confirms. He says, Mozart the Watcher is around. What is he saying? Greetings, he says. Every day it's hotter. Yes. Today it's 39 degrees.
39 degrees, and well, Pepe told me it's not that hot because I told him everything. The computer, the phone, they were slow. It often happens in hot weather, even if it's not very hot.
He honestly didn't feel it. I checked the temperatures. 39 degrees, I wish. I hadn't felt it before, but then I started to feel hot. No, I wasn't in the sun yet, but once I was, I knew this was it.
Yeah, no, it's not.
This is intense, isn't it? Good evening, my community. Terrian says, greetings, Wilco. How have you been here?
Well, but anyway, they want to make Terrian the prosecutor.
How have you been? Did you see the explosion of the truck? I mean, of expression, of freedom, expression, yes.
Of freedom, exactly, expression.
He says, did you see the truck explosion on a highway in Chile? I mean, we didn't see it.
Where? In Chile?
In Chile? No, I didn't see it. Check if you have it there. He says, what's up? Okay, you already mentioned what it was about, so let's move on to another topic. Let's discuss other important topics too. Let's quickly cover a few international topics. I mean, there's something very curious that happened, well, in California, over there in the snow. These people were skiing. No, this was on the 18th, apparently. And there were those bears, look, and well, there's the mama bear, apparently, and there are the cubs, and well, the mama, that's it. Luckily, with all the shouting and everything, they got scared and left. But she seemed nervous. You can see the mama bear was nervous, right? A skier went by and it seemed like he was going to get attacked, but he managed to get away. They shouted to the others to stop, warning that running into the mama bear would make her aggressive and likely to attack. The thing is, well, several videos of this encounter have been circulating. Well, I mean, it's normal, right? With bears, I mean, I remember one of these times here in Chipinque, right? You run into them all the time. I mean, it happened to us, right? A bear followed us, remember? Yeah, that time. And, well, in the case of Mexico, they're the smallest ones. In the case of the United States, look, there it is. See how it's following him? Yeah, how he tries to get away. Where is he? Also, out of fear, they don't run and he crosses in front. The ski. But anyway, the point is that nothing serious happened. This is in California, by the way, with huge snowfalls. Those who ski, those who do this skiing, are enjoying it a lot, I guess. Not me, though. An image that has surprised people is this footage of Russian soldiers who recorded themselves at the moment they were talking to Ukrainians. You can see it's hard for him, obviously, but it's to desert, right? What's going on there? How are they?
Well, actually, they are Ukrainian soldiers. Yes, they are, who are receiving the call from the Russians. Yes, because, well, the Russians are not going to come out. Oh, right.
No.
They're not getting them out. They're coordinating to, huh? A whole Russian battalion. He surrendered. They preferred to surrender when Starlink went down. They lost contact with their commander, so they didn't know what to do. They decided it was better to surrender. They went to the website. I think now there's a website that Ukraine has to make it easier for any Russian who wants to surrender. Well, they give them some information and then they go get them and detain them for a moment, right? The point is that this group surrendered. That's good. About 2 days ago, one of the high-ranking military officials claimed that nothing about Starlink had affected them. That the outage, well, whatever, but anyway, every day we see more evidence that it has affected them. To begin with, we can see that Ukraine has made more progress than in the last 2.5 years.
I mean, no, either that or something is definitely failing them. Well, there they show the whole process, but this one too. This was seen in Bulgaria, this image published by Vision Nergeo, showing these United States military planes over there in Bulgaria. Well, a lot of images like this have been circulating, some that have been confirmed by the United States itself, others that haven't been confirmed. The point is that in different places, I mean, Europe has been surrounded and heavily militarized. Some think they're just heading to the Middle East, arriving because of their bases, and may later move on or quietly stay there awaiting orders. No, I suppose, I'm sure they report it. This happened. At Sofia Airport, the capital of Bulgaria, 10 tanker planes from the United States Air Force have been deployed, according to the report. But anyway, the United Kingdom is also involved.
It's the United Kingdom. It's a move. Well, it's quite curious, isn't it? Because after all, the United States and the United Kingdom have always been pinky finger allies. And well, today, the United Kingdom government has denied the United States permission to use its British military bases if there were to be an attack against Iran. Yes, it's really crazy. It's a decision that obviously affects things diplomatically, and it also affects the sovereignty of the Chagos Islands, which we were talking about yesterday. And well, that was revealed thanks to media outlets like the British Broadcasting Corporation and the Times. That's good. They claimed that the Prime Minister told Donald Trump that, well, no, they are not going to give them access to the United Kingdom's bases. A refusal also in the face of rising tensions, while Washington is, well, drawing up these plans for a preemptive strike on Iranian facilities, according to the Guardian newspaper. It was detailed that the request from the United States administration, including the use of Diego Garcia, which was the island we talked about yesterday, and Royal Air Force Fairford in Gloucestershire, had also been denied.
It's strange, it's weird. The truth is that they were already counting on that. I mean, in fact, it was even published. It wasn't published that they were going to use Diego Garcia, and I don't know what issues in case there was a war.
Is that why they don't fight with the Allies?
Well, yes, exactly.
Because sooner or later you need them?
When needed, they're no longer allies, of course.
It's not exactly because of tariffs. If you're good, it's for a serious reason, but not tariffs.
Well, there must be something more.
Well, speaking of tariffs, since we're on that topic, despite all the tariffs that have been imposed, the state is doing well. Donald Trump, who is a big fan of tariffs, well, the United States trade deficit is still very high, despite all the policies. Because, well, yes, it was already known. It was already known that this wasn't going to help the economy. It was only affecting the people of the United States. A recent study showed that 90% of the tariffs are paid by Americans. Well, damn.
The one who was most involved. I mean, it's from the data released by the central bank, yes. I mean, the Fed released the data. And it showed with numbers that 90% of the tariffs are paid by Americans, and the other 10% is paid by other countries. But you say, I mean, you're raising prices for the people. Does everything really become more expensive? And that, well, with data and everything from the Fed.
And about 1 or 2 weeks ago, in one of these, as they call them, when they brought the Secretary of Hearings, the hearing where the Secretary of the Treasury was present, they questioned him about the issue of tariffs. And he ended up saying that Americans pay for it. Despite everything they've said, the lies they've...
That's another issue with Trump. The Fed chairman disagrees, but the Commerce and Treasury secretaries do not.
All they can do is tell the truth.
And another thing, since we're talking about this, is that the price of oil keeps going up. And has it already crossed the yellow line? I mentioned to you this yellow line. For me, at least, if it goes above that, it really means they think something could happen. It's not a confirmation either that they're going to push it through no matter what. But for me, it's like there's at least one group that's thinking something is going to happen because it's been a while. I mean, if we look back, the trend has been the following. I mean, if not, the trend has been the same. If we follow this line, the trend line hasn't changed. It hits a ceiling, which is a downward ceiling. The price keeps going down and it hits and hits lower each time, and this time it hits again. But now it actually breaks through. And when that kind of breakout happens, it usually brings a price increase. It might go back though, but at least that's what could happen with the price. Oil has now had, since the day, since January 26, from that point on, the trend has only been up, up, up with slight pauses. But it has kept going up. It has kept rising step by step. On the 26th, the price of Brent crude oil was at $59, and now on the 19th or 20th. Sorry, but this one is already on this line, the little dot here. It's the 20th because it's already the 20th in countries across the ocean. So, well, over there on the 20th, the price already started, and it started high. I mean, because the price could have started down here, right? And you say, oh, well, it's already coming down and everything is going down, right? The price stays the same, at least in the first hours of the 20th tomorrow. For us over there in Europe, in Asia, etc., this must be from Asia. Because this part, porque Europa todavía no abre. It's very early, so no, they shouldn't open yet. But well, gold also stays the same. There's no change in that sense. It's all about oil. It's all about the oil issue. Right now, the real focus is on where they're going to be. But anyway, let's go to the comments. Interest. Before we go, we still lack several pieces of information. It happened at the beginning. I mean, pay more attention to this.
Look at the face.
Let's see. Let's take a look at it.
He's really scared.
So, that's the face they capture in the photo, the one they take when he's released.
Or what? When he's released, he spent 11 hours at the Norfolk police station in the United Kingdom. We have to remember that it's been 400 years since the last time someone from the royal family was arrested. And well, obviously there will be a trial. I mean, according to reports, he was released, but he will continue to be investigated for allegedly exchanging sensitive information during his official duties. Because it wasn't just that he was doing this with Epstein and the girls, but he was also giving confidential information that they believe ended up in the hands of Russia. In this photo, by the way, he was in the Range Rover, and supposedly he was going to go in really fast so they wouldn't be able to take pictures of him. But the entrance, the electronic gate, didn't work, so it didn't work, and that's why they managed to take his picture. He was there for 10 minutes, stopped, and well, yes, he was pretty panicked. He realized that his brother, well, isn't going to be able to do anything to stop him. First, he won't defend him because he needs to protect his family. And the Prime Minister won't either, because obviously his own position is also at risk now because of his case.
The thing is, well, what information he might have, about this case. Although right now, this investigation isn't about this case yet, it's still about others.
They're also going to investigate if he was involved in the behavior. And well, for having shared information, obviously that's included. A lot of dirt could come out, things we don't know. But well, that's part of what's being investigated. Also today, he's talking about the same topic about the Epstein case that Epstein had in his gardens, that he had a hobby of keeping toxic plants in his houses. And among them, there was a part where he shares a lot of emails. They're all emails. He shares emails that he had. He was asking a specialist about that type of plant, because those types of plants that you see right now in the image have the ability to make people a bit like zombies. A bit more easily manipulated. So, well, it's curious, isn't it?
Was it really clear what his interests were? Yes.
Of course, the thing is, I was clueless.
The thing is how they let him continue, right? They allowed it, no, and all through emails, whether I want to or not. And he made it public. It's crazy. Honestly, if they are...
And what if he takes it? This flower in high doses can make people suggestible and almost catatonic. And well, he was like, send us an email, right? He asked about what he can do, what he can't do, etc. The next topic...
Well, tremendous.
Tremendous.
Let's go to a report from North Korea, because that's also a pretty interesting topic. Well, I'm sure they're reporting they're good. Is North Korea still showing strength in terms of weaponry? No, if he's not out with his daughter taking a walk, he's launching missiles or doing things like that, right? Lately, they've been disappearing from North Korea, but right now Kim Jong-un is showing 50 nuclear launchers. And he gets behind the wheel, and pretends like he's driving. North Korea showed off the new KN-25S with nuclear capability and a range greater than the high-mobility artillery rocket system. At least that's what they claim. This weapon, or this type of armament, has a greater capability than the high-mobility artillery rocket system, which let's see if we can find.
I'm always happy whenever you let me, yes? Yes.
Yeah, it's always this one. Look, there he is. There he is supposedly driving. And those are kind of like armored vehicles, so to speak, for transporting weapons. let's say the HIMARS, if I'm not mistaken, this one is from North Korea. Look, this must be the one from Korea. I think it's one like this, right? Something similar, right? You can see that the HIMARS ones look a bit similar too. And in the end, these are vehicles that can be set up and deployed quickly. If they're detected, by the time the missile that was launched reaches a point, these vehicles are already somewhere far away. Because many times what they do is, through satellites, algorithms and all that, they detect where the launcher fired from and then they shoot. Where did it come from? They say, okay, they calculate and fire. Well, if there's nothing left there, no one passing by, then that's it.
I'm already reviewing the video they showed there in North Korea, so we can watch it with all the ceremony.
Let's see, let's watch it. And in the meantime, while they play the video for me, please go ahead and like, share, and leave your comments if you haven't done so. Thanks to the whole community who comment. Let's watch the video. Excuse me, that's that part like on the television over there, yes?
No, you see it more now, but not every year.
They put it in.
They keep putting more in production.
Giant, look.
Yes, of course.
Because it seems giant to them and their legs don't give out. Well, it's just curious, that's all. It doesn't carry.
Yes, see, I'm telling you, it's not there anymore.
See, it's television. Indian television. Is there water from India? Yes. Mm-hmm. It's there.
Fast forward it so we can see how far more. Okay, the horse is doing that.
It's a lot. Yes, it has. It has quite a few.
Yes, it has quite a budget. That's right.
Yes. I mean, it puts in the characters that they show on television in the idea. This is like...
It's like a huge molecule.
The molecule. We also have ours here.
That there's a fight?
Imagine the molecule against him would be interesting. Well, the point is that there he is. He shows up again with his daughter. Well, that's the typical image they want to show lately.
They don't have to have fun. Yes, they have to have fun.
They have to have fun. Or Misilas, isn't he bored? Prepare 3 little missiles and a Wisconsin for me, okay? They have their whiskey, then take a missile, and that's it. Story's over. Well, that's how it is. The cat finishes, and it's taken as accepted. Very good.
About Putin, do you remember he had one on a horse too? And then they put him on a bear? They showed him without a shirt. How we missed that Putin from the...
The Putin from the old days?
He was still likable, of course. He's always been who he is.
Yeah, but at least he was a bit more restrained. He wasn't a character.
You should ask the consumer department.
Well, no.
To be honest, no.
I didn't know. Now we have the option.
It wasn't content.
He says, well, this is what we did. We already put it up in the afternoon. And also those who are spreading propaganda, going all out. Well, I think that all the countries that are in conflict really like to show off their military stuff. Here they are, we're talking about the Revolutionary Guard, showing these boats with some, well, what's it called? Right? Not launchers, more like artillery and helicopters, it seems. Well, I imagine this is also part of the exercise. I already showed this exercise this morning. It's the exercise with Russia, not Russia and Iran. Making these moves as if they're taking is it a ship, a tanker? Exactly, right? How do they do it? Not all the time, but anyway, that's the thing. What is the Strait of Hormuz, by the way, for those passing through it? That's the threat. Watch out, because we'll block the Strait of Hormuz and cut off 20% of the oil. Let's see how they handle it. Well, that's the thing, isn't it? All right, now it's your turn, and the comments, if we're going, we're here. How have you been? How's it going? How's everything? What's new? Benedicto says, if you remember me, open the Limos talk. I spent a few years with company, lived 2 years ago, and I was a bit of a mod. Greetings. How was Benedicto? Did you really go? Are you talking about boss talk? Greetings, Aurelio. How have you been? And is he eager to try them out already? I hope he gets to. Nothing. I don't know if he's here. He's eager to try it out.
Not if they let me. Mike picks. It's Jamaica. It's this one.
That's hibiscus water and it's good?
It's more for the brain. Isn't it the husband? The coffee running out?
But hibiscus water is delicious.
The tamarind one is the only good one I've tried, well, out of all the ones they sell. The really chemical ones, well, they're made right, you know? Because, I mean, you take the tamarind, you boil it, you do everything. It's a really long process. A long time ago, we bought one from someone who sells it dehydrated, remember? Yeah, but no, it doesn't turn out right. It doesn't turn out right. It's not the same, says Benedict. Could it be from the horseback ride? Look, let's go. Yeah.
Says Jose, my namesake. Jose says,
How have you been? He says.
my 3 children send their regards because they have vacation all this week and won't go back until the last Tuesday. But tomorrow, we're going to Itayo in Paz.
Because the avalanches are really strong there, to go for a walk.
To go for a walk, that's great. Good luck, take care, and greetings to everyone over there.
¿Por qué tienen vacaciones? Oye, qué padre. Saludos.
Because the weather's bad.
Saludos a Jason Duarte. Girls, did you see the news? Yes, I saw it. It's like the one here, the one that happened here. Was it last year? Do you remember the tanker explosion? It's the same. We can't show the image. It's too harsh. It's too intense. I mean, you can show up to where the smoke is, but then you cut it because you realize that people are without clothes. It's just too harsh.
Greetings to all Chileans, says Diego. He says shared. He says from Puerto Rico.
Greetings, Diego Ray. What's up?
Diego, how are you? Thank you very much for sharing it. That's great. Thank you very much to the whole community.
He says that all sanctions on Cuba should be lifted for a year, and the Cuban regime decides to move closer to democracy with those amendments and decrees. Greetings, Diego.
Greetings.
How are you? They are with Raul Castro's grandson, who they say are really the ones who have the most control there, that this canal is in the dark. He doesn't know what's going to happen. So maybe they'll hand him over too, just like Nicholas, but they don't have any drug trafficking charges against him.
No. And they're looking. I mean, the point of this is to look for an alternative. That's not what they say within the regime. And why, unlike, well, Venezuela with Cuba, don't they have a Delcy Rodriguez? And besides, the system, apart from the Cuban system, unlike Venezuela's, depended too much on Maduro. Here it's very divided among different people, so if you remove one, does it keep working? Isn't there much trouble in that sense? So what they're supposedly planning is to try to negotiate, basically to make a deal where, okay, Canel leaves, another reformist figure comes in, and things start to open up. That is apparently a possibility, and that way other opportunities also open up for Cuba, so who knows, we'll see what happens. But yes, it's urgent that a decision is made soon, because while they're figuring things out, people are getting desperate. Now, Mercedes says, you all have heat, and here it's really cold, really. I have to get home first, and I have to endure it next to the house. While the others arrive, hey, I get soaked by the breeze, and besides, it's humid, you know, everything that's not supposed to happen. Dessert, right? But anyway, they're catching all the front that's coming from California, and well, we had mentioned it here. It's not very cold in the west, but over there, yeah, even Tijuana, maybe Ensenada, I don't know. I imagine it must be cold over there too. Gires, can you tell us how things are in your area of Baja California and for the community watching from there? But in general for Mexico, just to put it for tomorrow. I mean, you can already see a lot of heat. I mean, here they're dealing with fire and cold, but for the most part, it's with heat. That's what I'm saying. Except for Chihuahua, a little bit of Sonora in the north, and Baja California. No, but there's a heat wave like this, look, that covers the Carolinas, covers Florida. I mean, all of this, no, that's intense. Greetings, Mercedes. How have you been? He says, if there's strong wind here, says Jose. Hey, well, all right. Could it be that this humidity will bring fewer fires this year? Hopefully, says Francisco. The channel is a puppet, says Francisco. It's been, Francisco, greetings. The labor chat is super easy.
You know, yes, but it's rice. It's pure carbohydrate. Basically, yes.
I've never liked the chat. No, I don't like it, and I like it. I mean, I get that the flavor is kind of like rice, yes.
Rice pudding, yes.
But rice pudding, yes, I do like it, yes, but not the other one, no.
No, I don't know what reality it is.
Well, you're worried about it?
Right, I was worried about it.
No, you are. No.
Okay, he says, Raul says, I bought a tamarind concentrate from the San Pedro brand, but let's see. Raul is natural. It's my only natural product. I'll look for it. But as for the ones that have coloring, that aren't real tamarind, that have sugar, well, I can't buy those, says Salate. Yes, something mild, nothing extreme. It's a school, and since it's private, they set vacations whenever they want. I think it's because...
No. Well. Gires que sí, que está. Cold Pinnacle, and honestly, it was needed. I mean, he wants it. He's comfortable. With the great shout.
He says there's a video here from the little room, the guys who got arrested, where they talk about who really governs, and they mention the grandson. Raul, yes, he's the one talking to Marco Rubio. He says, as part of the intelligence circle source, that they are the ones who govern. Exactly.
Exactly. And Daniel also says that he's also living over there in Ensenada. Oh, you don't see them, right? Of course, both of them, Danny says. On Sunday, there will be northern winds of 100 kilometers per hour in Canberra. Let's check it out, see how that northern wind is coming, and what else?
Greetings too. There will also be someone who says, but how delicious is horchata water? I'm not crazy about it. I wouldn't choose it over lemonade in any case.
That's not the case. Yes, lemonade. I really like it.
Greetings also to Daniel, says Simon. It's raining here in Ensenada right now. Did you see that? Greetings also to Aurelio Garcia. He says, there's snow for tomorrow, says Aurelio. Imagine that. Greetings to Manuel Monos as well. Can you repeat the story about Trump and the UFOs? I arrived 10 minutes late. At the beginning, it was just Manuel. Just go back. Greetings also to Mercedes. She says, as far as I know, you're Mexican and you should behave worse. And what if the whole landscape is green? Ha!
Greetings. 7. Well, there it is. Look, there's the next one, which falls on the 22nd. I think it's Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, not Sunday. This is the north. Let them comment if they're right. Danny, there's the north for Tampico, for Veracruz, not for the same, also for Tehuantepec. That's where the strong wind will be.
Right? Raul says here, if it's made supernaturally and produced in the town of Milpa Alta in Mexico City, in San Pedro, that's the brand because they make it in San Pedro de Actopan, the place of mole. I'll check if they have it here, since not everything made in central and southern Mexico is available in Monterrey. There are a lot of fruits I didn't know about until we went to live in Playa del Carmen because they're not sold here. Very bad, Monterrey, very bad. Greetings to Zarate, it says, the fires are never going to end. It's a big business. The state receives millions of dollars in aid. And there's fire because there is, and they say they're not going to give up that money. I think they pay people to start the fires.
How tough. Greetings from yourself, it says. I prefer the chicken quesadilla with Pepsi, 0 sugar, and interestingly, the flour one.
And Chris says, I love cucumber water with mint.
Cucumber water, I actually feel like having that.
There was a drink that I always ordered whenever we went to that place. It was mint, lemonade with mint. I don't remember what else they put in it. They made it like a slushy. I ordered it a lot.
But it wasn't cucumber with mint.
No, I don't think so. Let me check.
Yerba Buena?
Do you remember what the place was called? Yogurarlo?
No, yeah, so there was in this one...
Playa del Carmo.
Yeah, no, I don't remember. I mean, I do remember the place. Which place? Yeah, I remember the place, but I don't remember what it's called. It was really good. I mean, they were like healthy sandwiches, so to speak, with fruit and everything, like with fruits and vegetables. And I mean, you could also order it with meat, but it was really good. And not so.
Yeah, if it still exists.
It was nice, but it wasn't really for tourism.
Oh, I think it's Frutilo.
Also Frutilo with apple.
Yes, I want to see the commercial. Yes.
Let's check and see. Hopefully it's them and they're still open since places sometimes close, right? And like that.
Yes, it's them.
Were you sure?
Yes.
Because they were in snow, not there.
They also had snow?
Yes. I don't remember, but I don't see the sandwiches. Oh, there they are.
Yes. This is, look, perfect mint lemonade. Very good lemonade.
Mint lemonade, look.
That's a life, yes. Mint raspberry lemonade, so delicious and super fresh. I loved it. Well, if you're going to Playa del Carmen, I do recommend you go there. It's called Fertilogurt and have the sandwich for us, okay?
Yes, really good, he says. There's a taqueria in Guadalajara that makes a delicious horchata, but I found out it doesn't even have rice. It's just water, ice, evaporated milk, and condensed milk.
Wow.
That's crazy. That's crazy. This, yes, like which fruits? Astrid, I'm asking you, like which fruits? What do they sell here?
For example, the jovo. I didn't know about pitaya here since there's hardly any. They recently started bringing it, but I've never seen it. Also, what's it called? This one that's a root. Yucca, what's it called? Yucca, also soursop. There isn't this one, neither, mummy. There also aren't some mangoes. There weren't any here. Here there was only mango. Atulfo is the most common one, but the other mangoes like Tom and all those didn't exist until recently. They were bringing them, but then they send them and people buy them because they don't know them. And well, unfortunately, that's how it is. Obviously, supermarkets don't buy them, right? If people don't consume them, then they don't buy them.
Not the people the markets buy so that people don't
buy it. Well, for example, tamarind isn't sold here. Yes, of course, the tamarind ball. Yes, I've never seen it. Yes.
No, yes.
Yes, or they sell bags. Yes, but fresh, yes.
Yes, they do sell it, of course. I mean, they don't sell that in Coahuila. Yes.
You've seen it?
I don't know if I chose, but I think I've seen it. Yes, I have seen it.
They used to be like that.
They were like that before. Easy but cautious.
Also, they didn't have corn the other day, so I was left waiting. I mean, Mexico is the land of corn, of maize.
Hand it to me. I mean, remove the husk and the tough veins. I've done it. It's not a big deal. No, it's not a big deal. It's not a big deal.
I'm at peace.
Hierve, no, gracias. Dice hierva. No estoy ocupado. Boil the pulp. Put the pulp in a liter of water and let it cook for 10-15 minutes so it softens. Turn off the heat. Let it fry a little with your hand or a spoon. Mash the pulp, remove the seed, and add more water. There it is, right there.
Super fácil, por eso Pepe lo quiere hacer.
Yeah, no, not me because I don't like them. I mean, I prefer mineral water with lemon, just like that, nothing else, no sugar, no water, not even saliva, he says. If you want a more intense flavor, use less water. If you want it more sour, use less sugar and drops of lemon. Drops of lemon, what for? He says. Add a pinch of salt, and it enhances the natural flavor. Awesome, he says. It really enhances the flavor, he says. The one I do like, the one I really like is that one, the one you mentioned, the mint with the...
The mint with lemon?
I don't think it's that hard.
No, I don't think it's that hard. I mean, what I've struggled with is that they don't sell it all the time. Sometimes they have it, sometimes they don't. It's spearmint, but it's not mint. They're two different things. Shout out to Chris and Krantz. Just saying. I'm having dinner with a Thai dish that a friend from Laos taught me. It's like lettuce tacos, but instead of a tortilla, and the filling is like a delicious chicken ceviche. I sent you pictures in the Pom 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 community and also with her. I feel like it's a lie to raise the prices, she says.
Oh. Everything is coming to light.
It's already coming out.
Yeah, they're already declassifying all the information right now. Yeah, huh?
Here we have the first encounter.
Who is sending it to us right now?
It's who is it? Who is who?
Who? I already played it. It's great, right? That one was missing, wasn't it? They've already dressed him as a mariachi. They've dressed him as everything, right? Now it was time for that one. Yeah, I should have used that thumbnail image instead.
It was funny.
Marco Rubio in an unidentified flying object. Sorry, well, that's how it is. Just imagine if it were like that, right? Then you get on, well, one like this, a little sphere above, it doesn't cover you, and off we go for a ride.
A video dome?
A little dome, yeah, kind of, but it shouldn't be like...
Not made of glass?
A good material.
It's been a material that's kind of alien?
If it wasn't alien, it would have to be this glass.
Greetings from 60 cents, Amaritos de Yuca. Have you ever tried yuca? Greetings to Pix, he says. Soursop, yuca, and guava are delicious. Guava is guayaba. We do have that, yes, but you won't find soursop or yuca here, he says. Here, let's see. He says that water was just water, but something else. He also says greetings to Benedicto. Turn this paper. I sent one for yesterday, says Pixo. The pita, since it leaves your lips really well colored.
Where do they sell soursop in Monterrey? At Walmart.
Soursop, yes.
Soursop, yes, there it is. Yes. No, well, it's just that we don't need to watch more soccer.
We don't need to see other supermarkets.
Yes, I think so. I mean, check it out. It's right there. I didn't ask for No's photo.
No. We're not so lost that we don't even know what a good one is.
No, that not a good one. Well,
It's an apple.
it's an apple.
No, but they don't know it's an apple. It's the best tepache water with ice and shaman from about a week ago.
There's the Facebook group Guanabana Monterrey. I mean, it's there.
They sell guanabana water. Wow.
Guanabana?
Where do they sell it? Okay, well, do you remember the ice cream? Yes. Raul. A week ago, I saw a man selling tepache in downtown Monterrey. Yes, it really surprised me because I have never in my life seen anyone selling tepache. Greetings.
People, the Yucca French fries are delicious. I mean, as if they were,
As if it were a potato, a sweet potato.
but they do it. Ah, look, that's crazy. That's crazy. Thanks to, who is Christy? Greetings. Thank you, Christy. That's crazy, right, Manuel?
Is it true that they don't sell tamarind there? Visit the markets. Well, we'll see that too.
Here they do sell it.
No, we'll actually see it here. Honestly, yes.
Yeah, May, when we see it at the supermarket, you'll check it out.
Yeah, as soon as tomorrow when we see the supermarket. If there's a tamarind, take a picture of me and I'll accept it. But you'll see that there isn't one.
But what are you going to do? I mean, what are you going to do if...
If there isn't one?
Yeah.
Well, you have to. I don't know. This is when it will turn out like this with the photo.
Okay, that's how it's going to be.
Okay, is it going to say Pepe Rules? It is...
He says, no, Pepe. Do you say it's very laborious to make? No, I know it's laborious. I'm just messing with you. Yes. He says, no, Pepe. Do you say it's very laborious to make? You have to peel it first. Yes. Well.
It's already a hassle. It's a hassle. I tried it once and I said, I'm never using this again in my life. That's right, says Wico. In Monterrey, they only drink Carta Blanca. Yeah, well, that's not true, no, because I don't drink Carta Blanca. Pepe doesn't drink Carta Blanca. No.
No, well, I don't know. I'm going to ask my friends who drink, but I don't think so, huh?
He says, Pixelaf, Lucuma, and Cherimoyas. I don't know what that is. Of course, Pixel.
Lucuma and cherimoyas.
Lucuma and Cherimoyas. Well, one is a fruit and the other isn't.
Sometimes it's here, sometimes not. It just doesn't always make it.
It doesn't get here, they say. Forget about the exceptions. These don't show up because we only have fools for presidents and politicians.
They just avoid it, right? They have a snack and then say goodbye, he says. Tepache water goes with cabeza tacos. He says you eat cabeza tacos with tepache water. Or how does it work? He says, should you try it someday? Ah, you already read it. I don't know what it is.
And Sarate says, sour sops are delicious. Similar to cherimoya. Yes, we've tried it. Sour sop in Veracruz. Popsicles.
Ice cream. The Bastos Market. We have the Bastos Market very close, like about 10 minutes away. I think maybe even less if you're driving.
Says Sarate. Chicha, the chicha morada was really good, but is passion fruit juice better? Greetings to all Peruvian brothers.
Passion fruit is delicious and good.
Yes, says Christy here. Comment. Now I finally uploaded the community photos. Oh, okay. I just didn't know how to upload them. I'll post the recipe there later in the same comment. Okay.
Okay. Anyway, I'll go ahead and check in on the...
In the community area, says Benedicto. And for tomato sauce, a little sugar to cut the acidity. The ones that come packaged in cartons, sauce, sugar, they add sugar. I didn't know that. Hello, what is that?
He says... Francisco says, send a comment, just Francisco, because he didn't understand it, he says. It's here in the community, right? He says, I don't think I exist. And I'm telling you, currently, as we experience a new version of the past, let's avoid confusion and instead offer ideas that challenge the status quo, helping us move beyond drama, fear, and hopelessness. But so what?
What is that? Something about a raffle?
Right? I didn't understand the comment, Francisco. This was 3 months ago. No, you already made the comment, but I don't know.
Why?
That's how it seemed to me. A bit over the top.
Amen.
This is Christy Crash. There's Christy Crash's post. Put the link over there for them so they know what I'm like. Ah, yes, please. How do you get to the community? No.
Well, what else?
Someone on the team? No, just like that. Is that tasty? No, I don't know what it is, but it looks and tastes good, right? He says it's tasty.
Some tacos from a meal at UC.
Ah?
No.
I thought this was like hummus, but I don't know. No, I don't know.
How can I see it? I don't know.
Recent topics.
They tell me publications.
Visit the community.
Okay. It's no, I had never been there before. Yes, I made a mistake then. Now, yes, recent.
Recent, now yes. And then I don't know if there's another post, but there's the sequence.
They are.
Huh?
There are several photos, maybe 1,000.
There are several photos. I'm not saying anything. I'm just new at this. This.
Tiene para compartir.
No tiene.
No.
How tasty. I mean, with this Italian lettuce, isn't it romaine lettuce? Or which one is it?
Yes, it's romaine.
The romaine lettuce? And well, they put it there, yeah, with some tacos of that because I don't know what to call it, right? Sorry, I don't know what to call it.
To see if it says here or if it's actually not.
Really good, really good.
Huh? Lettuce tacos, it's chicken.
It's chicken. Okay, chicken.
Chicken?
Chicken. It's like ground meat, but chicken, and sometimes ground meat tacos, but without the tortilla, instead with lettuce. And that's it. Well,
Lucuma is a fruit.
okay, well,
It sounds like something that's used to make beer.
he says, I almost exist and I don't even think anymore, he says. No, now that it's about greetings, he says. It's like ceviche, but with ground chicken and the tortilla is lettuce. It has chili and herbs like mint and basil. Interesting flavor. Really good. Christy says, wow, she says. The hummus with the green lid from Costco is the best of the best, especially with veggie chips. Like a dip, don't you eat it like a dip? Ah, that's interesting, that's what he says. For me, the yellow plum is the most delicious thing in the world. It's my favorite fruit. I'm more familiar with the red plum, and it's also one of my favorites. I mean, fresh plum is really good, he says. I think aliens do exist, but on other planets, says Douglas. How have you been? Greetings, very good.
Yes, I mean, we're really basic when it comes to fruit. And honestly, in general, here in Monterrey, I think so.
And yes, possibly yes.
It's super easy, says William. Lucuma is very well known here in Peru, and they make delicious ice cream with it, says William. Oh, now I'm curious, man. Let's see. It's just that it sounds like something else. Shout out to Douglas Enrique, who says, I do believe that extraterrestrials exist, but on other planets. Oh, it seems like not.
Really weird, I don't know.
It looks like a weird mango.
I've never seen this fruit before.
A mango and an avocado had a child. That's it. It's a mango and an avocado that had a child named Lucuma.
I don't know. It's just that I hadn't seen the shape before.
There it is. The seed. You see, it has a seed.
Yeah, it has a seed, a pit.
Just like the avocado.
Like avocado, yeah. It won't be the avocado. It won't be an avocado.
I said it's the sun.
That's why I know, but I don't. Hey, I mean, he must know, right? Or it seems to me like it's going to have a flavor similar to avocado.
Same with mango. That's what he says.
Also, good point.
Greetings to yo como y luego existo.
Does it look more like a mango now that I see it like this? Look.
Yes, it looks a lot like a mango.
Yes.
Except with the avocado pit.
They call Juan mango, saying this is a mango, but it's not actually mango.
And what if it's this? From green tomato? They do add a pinch of sugar because it gets bitter. Did you know that? Like they add sugar to green salsa, just a pinch.
A pinch of sugar?
I didn't know. I never knew, she says. The snow, the kiwi ones? Well, the kiwi looks tasty.
Kiwi is delicious too, yes.
Yes, says Manuel. Pepe and Vivo lack street smarts. Since he doesn't know fruits, visit the market, and if you see something, ask about it.
He's the same. I mean, don't think the market is going to be full of unknown fruits. No, that doesn't happen here. We've gone to the market often. I mean, that doesn't happen. We haven't gone to a ton of them. Markets, we've gone, but the point is that you're not really going to find new fruits. No, we also haven't gone to markets in other states, like in Yucatan. Which is incredible. There you really see an impressive variety, right? Here you do see some variety, but not as much. Of fruits...
Look here, Kiko, the Russian who knows this fruit, also with the other one. Lucuma is an agua mango. With another one, the lucuma, or is that the lucuma? Ah, yes, it's an agua mango. He knows it as agua mango. It's an agua mango or something similar. Yes, mango, that's what it's called. Agua mango. It's related to the mango and also to water. I'm Mexican, but almost Peruvian because of my wife. I know all about Peruvian food. Stuffed rocoto is for the brave. Oh, for sure. But just because they say brave, I say no way, it's a mango.
It's a big mango, right? It really looks like one, doesn't it?
Oh, yes, it's mango. Or do we know it?
We know it by another name and have tried it. That's right.
There it is, he says. Douglas, have you ever eaten goat in coconut? It's a traditional dish from my state and my country. It's delicious. No, Douglas.
No, actually, Douglas. Interesting. Goat in coconut?
How crazy, says Papa Novak here. In the world, there are 3 basic flavors: chocolate, strawberry, and vanilla. In Peru, there are like 4, including lucuma.
Okay. He says instead of sugar, add a pinch of baking soda to the water where you cook the green tomatoes. But in the end, once they turn off the heat and threaten us like that...
Okay. Baking soda?
Baking soda, yes, he says they add sugar to the sauce to reduce the acidity, he says. Well, there it is, but but they taste very different. He says it doesn't taste like mango at all.
He says here in the round sacks, mango water, almost like kwaman.
Just imagine kwaman. Yeah, it's the same thing.
A mango enters sleeping water.
He says. Francisco says he'll ride over to the Chivir.
We're really badly spoiled.
It's the market. Yeah, it's really bad, he says. Once again, we arrive at the cooking with Pepe and Astrid section. Again, already.
Again, we've come back. We arrived here early.
What will you say? No? Pepe says once you live in the kitchen, that's it. It's over, right?
William says, approve. The lucuma is small, soft, and has a very good aroma, especially for ice cream. Delicious popsicles, says William. Greetings, William.
Doing well, William Grace. Regarding the matter.
Wico says, here comes the classic, the dad joke, says Wico. I don't eat mango because that would be cannibalism. He always says it here. Every summer he brings it up.
I've never said that. It never even crossed my mind.
Says Maria Patricia. The declassification of the alien files is to divert attention from the files, of course, the more compromising ones. Of course, everyone knows that.
If they actually declassified them for good, I'd be excited, but honestly, no, because they won't. Or for it to really have an effect. A distraction, so to speak, because yes, I think it is partly a distraction, but it would also be interesting if they actually declassified it. Something interesting, right? If not, well, this will last 2-3 days, a week, 2 weeks, and then it's over, right? And the next week, it'll be something else, another distraction. Greetings, Benedict. Nancy, great. You say yes, it's cool to see President Peña, says Nancy.
Let me handle it. I'll do it right.
Yes, I also posted a very exquisite photo.
Yes, same. And the photo that Pepe posted isn't good. Let's take a newer photo. Let's see how Santiago Peña looks, because the photo they have there isn't...
It's the classic one.
From when he was a kid from school, no?
Well, yes. Santiago Maria says the rankings. Ah, Maria, did you read that? Greetings, Maria Elena. How have you been? Greetings to Puebla. Very good, Douglas. As long as it's not water from Jason or Mojave. Greetings, he says.
It doesn't convince me.
Well, look, I mean, looking for a photo like that, I mean, yeah, it's like, yeah, no, I mean, just official photos. But yeah, it is. It's really nerdy.
You know, I like the wild ones, like Mom, like Pepe. I mean, really top.
He says. Greetings, Douglas Wilkoff. He says, well, no, let's go.
Hi, guys. Remember that we're on WhatsApp, we're on Telegram, and we're also on Facebook and Instagram.
Great. A hug. Take care. Good night. Tomorrow we'll be here with information early. Greetings to Jerez, to you, Francisco Wilkoff, Christy Cranston, and the whole community. Elena Joaquin, greetings to Peru. That's great, Joaquin.
See you later. Long live here in Mexico.
He says. It's the Mami.
Well, look.
With him, we know it.
We know it. Besides, he's right there.
He's a Peruvian in Mexico, so he understands how things work. Some seem strange at first, but then they're not.
Of course.
It's Mamie. Well, yes, we've tried it, and the ice cream too. By the way, greetings. Very good, Brezeka, Wilkoff, Raul, to the whole community, Novak's dad, greetings. Earlier we missed Novak's joke. It slipped away from us. I had it here, and we're in the news, since we said we were going to cut. Let's see if you find it. And if you find it...
I'll find it quickly, because I want to have a good search tool already, so it shows us all the comments.
Supposedly there will be one. I mean, it's supposed to be there already, and I can't find it. Supposedly there will be a way for the chat to be organized by topic, like if someone brings up a topic, the chat gets divided, so to speak. Then some people start talking about that topic, and the others can join in if they want. If they don't want to, they don't have to, but it's not there. They've announced it, and it hasn't happened. But well, this...
chicos.
Guys. Well, if we're not going to say anything...
But here it is, presenting this phrase.
That was the joke.
But the joke goes like this. Men are like numbers. They only acquire value from the position they hold. Napoleon?
Bonaparte. That's great. Greetings very much. With that, we'll say yes. Greetings. Take care.
See you tomorrow. We interrupt your regular programming. Thank you for tuning in.
The truth. This is Pepe Live.
The truth is intense, the unusual is real. Here we analyze it. Global perspective. Don't miss out. Tune in to the Pepe Live channel. Controlling the signal. Pepe and Astrid telling it like it is. Raw journalism. Respect is upheld here. Activate the alert. Don't lose track until next time. Yes, sir. We're taking attendance. Subscribe. Suscríbete. Pepe live at the house.